Okay, my friends, hello. It's Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood modern mystic, energy healer, divine light channel, stand-up comic, producer of theater, actor, weirdo, dog mom of this beast. Oh boy, I need to not make myself laugh today. You guys, this cold has been for real. I hope if you're out there hearing this, you're not struggling with this one along with me. It's not COVID, gratefully, and it's just a shitty cold. I have your 3-card spread right here. I've already pulled it. I've opened the records. I'm sitting in them, and I have your 3 cards here. Before I forget, I want to tell you guys a couple things. My Oma class, which is my most affordable energy healing class, begins next Wednesday, October 26th. So if you're looking to experience this like intense, profound trauma healing, past life clearing, integrating healing work I've talked about doing, that I do for 100 years here, that is a great class to join us to experience it because, for the first time that is, because it's a very affordable way in. My classes are usually more expensive than this, but Oma Pittsburgh, OMA Pittsburgh.org is the institution producing this class, and their whole mission is to get trauma healing and light work into people's bodies and hearts and lives affordably. So I teamed up with them, and they're just the best. So anyway, we start next Wednesday. It's a 5-week class online. Check out omapittsburgh.org. Click events, and then click highest level healing and human design, and that's the class. Also, I am offering this week only, you have to book by Wednesday of next week, reduced price readings. So if you have some questions for your higher self, your guides, the divine itself, book your reading with me using the link attached to this video. That'll be there in mere moments in your timeline, almost instantaneously. It's amazing the way technology works. Reduced price readings. Today is Friday, so between Friday and Wednesday, if you book, you save. My sessions are usually $250 for the 50-minute session, but these will be $189. That's my reduced price. You have to set the appointment by next Wednesday, but the appointment won't happen by next Wednesday, but you have to book it by next Wednesday. So hop on those 2 things if you're interested. All right, my friends, in the recent past, we have the Golden Palace, one of my favorite cards. We'll talk about that. I say that a lot, don't I? I love all the cards. What can I tell you? The present moment is the Metamorphosis card, profound card of change and transformation. And the outcome is, don't panic, the Stormfields card. I'm going to change my lighting again. This happens every time, and you'd think I'd be ready for it. Nope, that doesn't work. Does that work? Nope, it doesn't work. I give up. That's it. That's what it's like, by the way, to have an open ego in your human design. You become a master of giving shit up. It's pretty fucking peaceful. It's a pretty nice way to live. I mean, I try and I care, but if it doesn't actually matter, I'm giving up. If you're curious what the hell I'm talking about, book your session now so we can do your human design chart. I could teach you about how your system operates most effectively for you. All right, the Golden Palace. This is the recent past card. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that is long overdue. Remember, this is in the recent past position. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. And again, this is the recent past position. The Metamorphosis card is where we are in the present moment. I do love that Golden Palace card because it gives you, you know how oftentimes in spiritual teachings, you get like, here's a great thing, but it's not necessarily the thing you want. You know what I mean? It's always like, temper your ego and receive these gifts, but they might not be money or property or prestige. This card is like, you get money and maybe property and maybe prestige, but also remember, it's not who you are and it's not how you get your self-esteem. So that's been happening somehow in your recent past. In the present moment, we're engaged with metamorphosis. Butterflies earn their wings through great effort. So congested. The process of change is often painful, for it's never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Dramatic much? Yes, it is. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you're required to release, I feel so much better now, your old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of self-worth, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that's draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time for you. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. And isn't it interesting that all this transformation comes on the heels of all this abundance, right? In other words, sometimes the universe gives you a burst of like good juju and money and friendship and self-esteem so that you can handle some deep ass transformation. The outcome is the Storm Fields card. Don't panic. An uncomfortable chaos is surrounding you. Things that you've left unattended may be the cause of some conflict. Pent-up energy needs release. Just as a storm in nature must break, for these events occur when the electricity between opposing forces stirs things up and creates temporary disorder. Temporary disorder. Not all storms are destructive. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground and wind to the trees, enabling seeds to be widely distributed and continuous growth to be ensured. Just remember that whatever is being stirred up inside you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine again, and new growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little. Okay, so this spread makes a ton of sense to me now. You've been given a burst in the recent past of some kind of abundance, some burst of self-esteem, some kind of understanding of like who you're being in reality contributes to you feeling great about yourself or not so great about yourself. Who you're being, not what you have, although you probably got some nice bursts. That takes us into this moment where we're being offered the opportunity energetically from the universal flow for change. And the outcome of that change is that storm fields, right? So the storm, look at the storm there. It's kicking up the dust on the fields. But remember what it says about storms, right? When you go through change, it freaks people around you out. It freaks you out. It freaks everybody out. But just because you're freaked out doesn't mean good things aren't happening. There's a saying in the 12-step programs I like a lot where they say, A, feelings aren't facts. B, you could be feeling bad and doing great. And conversely, you could be feeling great and doing bad. So what does that mean? It means just because you feel a mess, just because things around you are like, oh shit, and they're kicked up and crazy, doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It may mean you're standing in the middle of the result of all this metamorphosis. So don't panic. Not all storms are bad. Sometimes storms are like necessary to get you to like change the nature of the soil, to bring the light of consciousness into the wind. Storms make shit healthy. It's like the way, how's that for a bumper sticker? Storms make shit healthy. It's like the way fires, granted, we're having too many of them in California, so please don't misunderstand me, but fires, when they're happening regularly and normally in forests and wooded situations, are happening intentionally. Nature knows what it's doing. You gotta burn stuff to rebuild. It's part of the flow and the natural cycle of life. So may this be useful to you. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Keep in mind, reduced priced healings and readings if you book between today and next Wednesday for a time in the future. Reduced price. Hit me up at the link attached to this video, but you have to book by Wednesday in order for that to be relevant. And my Oma Pittsburgh class starts October 26th, next Wednesday. It's the most affordable way to take a class with me. If you're ready for some healing, some integration, some activation of your light body, some trauma processing, if you need to let go of cords and attachments to other people and places, if you need to process a past life, if you need to clear karma, if you need entities removed from your heart, you might want to come to this class. You might want to come. It's for you. That's why it's there. All right, my friends, I love you. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourself. Oh, hey, and if you're in the northern Florida area, how shall I say this? Swing by First Coast Comedy tonight. I'll be doing 2 shows there, 2 improv shows. One is a storytelling show and one is a improv show. Well, they're both improv shows. I'll be improvising in the first show and then I'll be telling stories at the second show that the improvisers will make improv about. Very fun. First Coast Comedy. And tomorrow, if you're in the northern Florida area, you might be curious and you might check out don'ttellcomedy.com. That's all I can say about it, because don't tell.